What's good? It's your girl, Miss Aaliyah Renee, and we're here again with another episode. So today I want to talk about a conversation I was in this week, and it was pertaining to accepting a person for who they are. That's cool. We should accept a person for who they are. And I guess it goes in two levels, right? So the first one is external. If you date a person or you first met a person and they may be heavier, they may be fat, right? You shouldn't be like, oh, you should lose weight unless that's something y'all talked about or it's for health. You know what I'm saying? And there's still ways to do that because when that person, you first met them, they were heavy set, right? Or if you dated a person or you're dating a person and married them, however the relationship goes, and they may have alopecia and they lose their hair or been in a fire and are burned severely. You have to accept that person for who they are. You got to love them for who they are. Those things, normally, a lot of things that's external may not be able to be changed. Internal things are things like, hey, I was molested as a kid. I was abused as a kid. I was in an abusive relationship. I was shot or I experienced my best friend getting killed. Something that's an external factor that could cause trauma to you. Those are two levels, right? So when it comes to the external factors, those are some things that you like what you like. It is what it is. But you want to accept the person for who they are and don't try to change them after you already done got with them. If you ain't like it before, you should have skipped that person and went to a person that you like. The internal factors are a little bit more deeper. I say that because a lot of people have issues. So when you first date somebody, you like them and everything is so good and bubbly and boom, boom. Then you start to really get to know this person and you see like, oh man, like, I feel like, yo, you miss skipping telling me what happened to you. Something happened because, like, you got some little things that I'm noticing that's low-key toxic. So those factors are when you get a little deeper. Now, if I find out that you got some childhood trauma, you got some situations that happened to you, I can accept that, right? Because I'm grown and we all been through some stuff and we all come with some form of baggage if we live long enough in this world. Something has happened to us. We've lost somebody. We've experienced some form of hurt. So we got some stuff we may want to go see the lady about. We all do. If you don't, then you ain't lived long enough. Like, something's going to come up. That's just how life is. Nobody has a perfect life. There's going to be some type of hiccup that's going to throw you off your game, And that just shapes us. All of those are experiences and lessons that shape us to the individual we are. But some of those things go a little bit deeper. And so this is the factor where it's like, do I accept you for who you are? Here's another two factor that I can put. I can accept the fact that, yeah, you had some childhood traumas. And the fact that, yeah, it may make you react a certain way. But when that reaction or that trauma that you experience starts to affect me and affect my life, you got two ways. I can either accept that, like, oh yeah, this person been through some stuff. This is how he or she is. I'ma kindly walk away. This ain't gonna work for me. I accepted who you are, and I just seen it didn't work for my life. That's one factor. Here's another one. I accept that you've been through these traumas, and I'm here to stay with you as long as you get help and you get the assistance you need to work through those issues, right? So they're not affecting me. That's another one. Like, I'm still accepting the fact that whatever you got going on, I'm accepting it. I'm cool with it. I understand it as long as you're taking the steps to get it taken care of so it doesn't spill off in a relationship. Now, that's a big one because a lot of people don't do that. They don't take the time to really work on themselves and they get in these relationships. So that first step is taking accountability. That's one of the things I mentioned when I was speaking with this group of people. Accountability. Do you accept the fact that, like, there's something going on, bruh, something going on, sis? Like, I know I can't be the first one to told you. Just, you've been doing this. Like, and that's when that person or that individual has to look at themselves and be like, yo, you know what? My past relationship, this situation, I heard somebody say that. the relationship before that, I heard that one of my friends had mentioned that about a relationship. And that's when you take accountability and you accept the fact, like, hey, yeah, it may be some little stuff that I got going on. And if you don't want to go see the lady and you can make those changes yourself, like if it's something like you just say some negative stuff, just a negative speaking person, then just be cautious of that and work on that. You know what I'm saying? And talk to the person and be like, hey, man, I'm working on it. My goal is not to be as negative. However, but if you don't take accountability and accept the fact that, yeah, it's a problem, that person ain't got to accept it, or they can just accept it and be like, it don't work for them. And I've experienced that. Like, I really had to be like, you know what? He is who he is. And I think those are the worst situations where a person may not cheat on you, may not beat you or do anything like super, super crazy that make you be like, yeah, I'm done. This is it. But they can be toxic, or they can have traumas that spill off in a relationship and affect you. And that's low-key psychological abuse or emotional abuse. And after time of that consistent behavior, it's not the fact they haven't been inconsistent. It may feel like it, but they've been consistently being what they are. If that's a mess or that's a problem, they consistently has been this problem. We just like try to brush it over or make excuses for it, but in reality, this person is who he is or is who she is. They've shown you who they are, and you need to accept the fact that that may not work for you. Don't even worry about changing them, because at that point, that's not your problem anymore. And sometimes it's really, really hard to even look at it like that, but it's like, we all grown. And if we got kids, it's enough trying to make sure our kids are not damaged, or we're not doing anything to damage our kids and create another problem out here that's going to affect another individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to already heal ourselves enough from whatever trauma we dealt with as a kid or just going through life. So it's the ability of each individual to take accountability of themselves. Like, yo, let me really look over my life. And I think people don't do that enough. People just jump in these relationships and they're not even fully whole. They don't even love themselves enough. So how the heck, if you don't love yourself, you're going to love another individual? And one thing that really irritates me, if you're not fully yourself, don't expect another person to make you whole, because all you're going to do is take away from this individual who's whole themselves. You're going to keep chipping away from them. And when they finally leave you, it's like they having to rebuild themselves, and you somewhat whole, but you still ain't whole, because now this person has removed themselves from your life, and that was your benefit. Like, that was your lifeline. So the main thing is, like, it's cool to accept a person for who they are when it comes to external factors, and some internal factors if that person is willing to work on themselves. We all, like I always say, I'm a WIP. I'm a work in progress. I ain't as jacked up as some people, but it's little things I do need to work on myself. And, like, I'm aware of those, you know what I'm saying? But just don't get in a situation where you're not even fully half a person, nowhere near being whole to a person. And then you damage this other person. You got to take accountability if you have some issues. You got to get some help if you have those issues. And it starts with yourself, accepting the fact that, yo, is some stuff going on. So y'all chime in, let me know what you think. Basically, today's topic was, do you accept the person for who they are? And yeah, sometimes you got to leave them right where they have you messed up at. You've accepted the fact that they ain't for you. You accept the fact that they're not consistent to what you need or what your needs are, but they're very consistent on their bad behaviors or bad habits. And that may not work for you or your lifestyle. So that's for you to determine. But again, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff that you know I'm supposed to tell you. And you guys have a productive week. I'm wishing positive and healthy energy out here to all of my subscribers and all those who are watching this video. Y'all have a wonderful week.